Hi everyone, welcome to Hibernate tutorial. Today our session is Hibernate Query Language and it is known as HQL. So Hibernate Query Language is same as SQL, structured query language, but it doesn't depend on the table of the database. Instead of the table name we use the class name. So it is database independent query language. So in this HQL, what we do is we make the query on the class, not on the database table. So HQL is Hibernate Query Language. And what are its advantages? First advantage is database independent. So it is independent of the database. We only query to our class. And second is supports polymorphic queries. So in this HQL we can have polymorphic queries as well. Easy to learn for a Java programmer. So as a Java programmer, it's really easy to learn this HQL. So we have no need to write the native SQL queries. And after that we have this query interface. So it is an object-oriented representation of Hibernate query. The object of the query can be obtained by calling the create query method from the session interface. So what are the methods available in the query interface? So in query interface we have this execute update. It is used to execute the update or delete queries. And after that we have this list. It returns the all the list of the results. Then we have, if we want to set the first result and the maximum result. First result can be, suppose we want to select the data from 5 to 10, 0 to 10 or 0 to 100. So we can give the first result as first value and maximum result as next value. Then we have this set parameter. It sets the value of the JDBC style query parameter. So we can select a particular parameter on the basis of particular parameter. Then we have this set parameter, which we already covered. So examples, for example, in how we will create the query by session.createQuery, and this query is in Hibernate class. So we can call this list method. Suppose in our previous example, let's do some example. In our previous example we have this user table, and in which we have many values. So right now we have around 6 values in the database. So what we will do, we will drop all the values, or we will drop the table, drop table user. So we have dropped the table user, and what we will do, we will insert the fresh value. So we have tel comma. So let's run this part. So we have inserted the values into the database. So let's see. We have to run it again. Now we will check. So here you can see the tel comma. We will enter the next value as test, and your password is test. So suppose we have 2 records in the database, and we want to select these 2 records from the database using HQL. So using HQL, how we will do that? So using HQL, how we will do that? So we have here 2 records. So what we will do, we do not need the transaction in order to select any records. So here what we will do, same as we will create the object of the query from the session. So a query will be Hibernate query and is equal to session dot create query, and here we will pass some information, for example, from which table. So here we will pass the class name from user, and here what we will do, query dot list, and we will store this list in the user list. So we will store this list into user list, and we will iterate this list. And how we will iterate? User user list. So here we will sys out as username, or will display user u dot get username, and similarly I will print all the values in the user table. Suppose get password and get user ID. So after one record we will now we will run this example and see the output. So here you will see, yeah, here you can see that we have this tally comma 1, then we have test 2. So here you can see that we have 2 records in the database. So we have selected these 2 records with the help of HQL. So in HQL we have covered this list part. So with the help of this list we have select all the records from my database tally comma from the table user. So thank you for watching the video.